Alright, so simple thing about what happened today. So we are going to explain this in different keywords. One of them is networking, and the other one is vision. Yeah. So for networking, I just read a quote of Naval Ravikant, which is totally a reference for me. And the guy says like, networking is overrated. Lock yourself in your room and do something that is so good that the network comes to you. And that's, it's what happened with one of my best friends at the moment, which is Victor. And it's exactly what happened. Like the guy entered a WhatsApp group where I was. He read all the profile descriptions of the people. He checked my website. He checked my Instagram profile. And he was like, wow, what is this guy doing? And this is exactly where I am in life. It's like it becomes easier and easier to attract the right type of people and to explain them what I do, and to instantly they tell me like, oh, I want that. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, exactly. This is what I do and this is for you. So something that I'm going to do likely tomorrow or the day after is just to build a website, which is a bit like, it implies that I don't have enough self-respect for myself, that I don't have an author website, right? Because if you have been seeing the previous videos, it was about becoming an authority. So yeah, if you go to carlitofluito.com, by now that you're watching, it will have something, and something better than what has been so far. So this is number one. Focus on building, don't focus so much on networking. And why do I say this? Because today I was networking a lot. However, I was networking in a very good place and a very good event, which was very aligned with my vision, which is bringing well-being to companies, right? So, well-being into the corporate world. And in this event, it was so good that I was in the ING offices here in Madrid, and this ING is a decent big bank coming from the Netherlands, and the guys have a gym on their offices. And you, depending on where you're watching the video, you might say like, okay, that's obvious. Here in Spain, that was like pretty new, and the concept, but especially for me, what was key is like in this gym, they have built it from scratch. So they have basically built the whole section of the building to put the gym, and they have a room that was available for different types of activities. And if you know anything about me or about PlayCamp, you know that this is like a well-being room. But in the case of a gym, nowadays is accepted. And I can explain you with this curve. This is the innovation curve, okay? Which is something like this, right? So boom, boom. And then you have like early adopters here. And then you have like a majority of people that adopt it here. And then it's like most of the people already have it. And this is like late adopters. And you might think these are like a smartphone, the internet, like any type of disruptive technology, they have this curve. So what happens? At the very beginning, very few people go like, wow, this is big. And then when the concept, the innovation has been proved to be working, then a majority of people jump in. But still, there is half of the people that haven't joined yet. And this is when the other, like, let's say 33, 66, 20 and 20. It's not so much so, it's like 40, 40, 10, 10. So another 40% keeps on joining, and eventually the 10%, which is like these people that refuse to have a smartphone or something like this. So what is the concept here? Is like the ING is a proof of them investing into building like a physical space on their offices that is destined for well-being, right? And this is a gym in this case, which is like, let's say, is the classic. So in the innovation curve, if we put well-being here, and I ask you, now we are in 2024, how many people was meditating 20 years ago? Very few, at least on the Western societies, right? So how many people was meditating 10 years ago? Okay, more. How many people are meditating today? Many more. But at least, and this is important in the level of awareness, which could be like a funnel, right? From having an awareness that meditation is good to actually taking the action. So there is different steps on the way, right? So most of the people are in the awareness phase. Like, I mean, most of the people in the Western societies, if you ask them meditation is good or bad for you, they will say it's good. Do you meditate? Not, because they haven't reached the next levels of the funnel, right? So most of the people are in awareness, at least. And this means like the curve of well-being, of innovation, well-being as a practice, is moving towards the left. So what we have with ING is like the well-being room there exists. So now what is my vision? And the beauty of this, we are going to go to the next step, which is this, like, the bigger, the easier. Okay? So the point here is like, I saw so clear today when I was at the gym, like, I can build a well-being room for playing camp. Okay? If you don't know about playing camp, go watch it. I can build a room for playing camp. Like, I can build a specific room for people to go there, to chill, to focus on their well-being, to play with other human beings, to play with the other mammals, to focus on plants, to forget about their work on the offices. And this is like, it's not gym for the mind, it's like holidays for your being, for your consciousness. It's like coming back, it's like a time travel to the essence of your nature. It's like a time travel to your human nature. It's like a consciousness break. It's like, it's your best moment of your day, what is happening on this room. This is the room of playing camp. And this is what today I saw, and I was there. So it goes beyond vision. It's like an experience. So I was in a room that was built for well-being, which was this gym, but still it wasn't the playing camp room. But that room is so close. And the connection here is like, and this is becoming a mess, the bigger, the easier, which means like, I'm sometimes like it's not like fighting, but then sometimes it looks like I need to argue or I need to convince some companies that investing on their well-being is good. But then other companies like ING appear and they are like investing millions of euros into building this type of gyms, this type of company, this type of activities. They mention that they are doing pillow fights on their offices. And that moment for me was like mind-blowing. Like this revolutionary idea that I did 1 year ago in Valley, which was like this pillow fight, they are doing it in the offices. And I'm like, nice. They are already doing it. Which means like, I already had proof of concept that there are some companies that are crazy enough to invest in the well-being and the playful and joyfulness of their employees to organize and facilitate pillow fights. It's like, they are just looking for people like me. It's like they are here. And playing camp is here. And this is like a big company, which means that just by nature of innovation, the market is going to move in this direction. And the more time it goes through, the more people will appear here. Guys, I'm into something. It's either I die or I become a millionaire. It's like there is no point in between. It's unavoidable. And that's why today there was a networking and I left it. Like at some point I was like, my ROI in this situation is below 0. So the per hour that I put here, I'm not having any type of return. So yeah, thank you very much for being here. And yeah, and I left. And I'm going to focus on doing my website. So then it all supports to building this. And for all of you that are watching this video, my new rates, and this is going to be like a non-negotiable, are 100 euros per hour. Yeah, so if you watch 20 minutes of this video, that's a third of it. So that was 33 hours of video. For free, guys, all value. I hope you enjoy. Just focus on a bigger vision. It will become way easier. Stay in your room, create epic, amazing things that attract the right type of people, and find physical support about the fact that your vision might be already happening. You know, because when you speak about your vision, the big vision, then one thing, smaller things become obvious or easy, or you assume they can happen, like doing small workshops that are like the playground on the school but on companies. It's like, yeah, of course I'm going to do that. What is challenging now is to create actual rooms full of plants and full of toys for people to relax. This is more challenging. The other is obvious. And the second, the moment that you start speaking about this vision, people start referring you to resources, people, and assets that are going to support this to happen faster. And this is what is happening to me now, that suddenly I'm on this gym and I know the builders. And I know that they can orient me, or they can guide me, or they can mentor me. And suddenly other people start telling me, yes, I know other companies that are doing something similar. So guys, speak about your vision, go to the bigger one, and build the previous versions of the vision. So then you go straight to the big one. And the bigger is the easier, because these guys, they have money, they're not going to argue so much. And you just stack proof and stack case studies that you have done it, that you're learning, that you are applying it. And guys, the rest is downhill. So I'm ready for a downhill. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy something and that you apply this. Because if you don't apply, it's nice to watch. But yeah, guys, much love. See you on the website. See you at Plane Camp. Keep on rolling. Keep on dreaming.